Disney knows how to make some epic movies, and they also are really good at shocking us. There have been some crazy Disney plot twists over the years. Stay tuned to find out the most shocking plot twist of all.
Off we go.
Flynn cuts Rapunzel's hair. In 2010, Disney decided to take on the classic fairy tale of Rapunzel in the movie Tangled. The Disney princess version is a great tale of adventure and love. Rapunzel is locked in a tower by Mother Gothel. Gothel stole Rapunzel as a baby because her hair has magical powers that keep Gothel young. Rapunzel just thinks her mom is overprotective, and all she wants to do is see the lights on her birthday. Flynn Rider is a thief who escapes soldiers by climbing into Rapunzel's tower. He agrees to help her get to the floating lights, and along the way, the two fall in love. We were already shook when Flynn revealed his real name was Eugene. He just doesn't look like a Eugene at all, but the real plot twist came a little later. Eugene escapes from prison and goes back to the tower to save Rapunzel. He's injured and is bleeding out. Rapunzel wants to save him by using her hair, but he leans forward to try to kiss her, or so we think. He cuts off her hair and it loses all of its magic. Flynn spends a lot of the movie very selfish, but he cuts her hair to save her, even though he knows Rapunzel could heal him. Thankfully, Rapunzel's tears save his life, so they can live happily ever after. MOR'DU is a human. Brave is the only Disney princess movie to be made by Pixar. Merida is different from all the other princesses in several ways. She's determined to live her own fate, and that does not include getting married. She and her mom, Queen Eleanor, fight about Merida's refusal to marry one of her suitors and become a proper princess. Merida runs off and finds a witch. She asks for a spell that will change her mom.
I want a spell to change my mum.
But she didn't mean for the change to be quite so literal. Eleanor turns into a bear. Then her husband, King Fergus, attacks her. He thinks that she is MOR'DU, the ancient bear who is the greatest enemy. Merida and Eleanor run off into the woods for safety. Eleanor starts to act like a real bear every now and then, and they realize if they don't change her back, she'll become a real bear. Merida finds drawings in an ancient castle of 4 brothers. One brother went his own way, and he was cursed. He became MOR'DU. We did not see that coming at all. He was actually a human. MOR'DU is defeated when a standing stone falls on him. His human spirit is released, and he looks super relieved that he's allowed to move on now. LOTSO is evil. We're pretty sure there is nothing less evil than a teddy bear. At least, we used to think so before we saw Toy Story 3. Andy is all grown up and about to head to college. His mom accidentally takes his toys to a daycare as donations. Sunnyside Daycare seems like an awesome place. They'll get played with every day, and all the daycare toys seem so friendly, especially the leader, LOTSO. Woody wants to get back to Andy, so he leaves. He's taken in by Bonnie. The other toys quickly realize that Sunnyside Daycare is no paradise. The toddlers that play with them are brutal. Buzz tries to get LOTSO to transfer the toys to the older kids' playroom, but LOTSO refuses. He captures Buzz and turns him back to factory settings. When the toys try to escape to get back to Andy, LOTSO has them imprisoned. That is one evil bear. It turns out that LOTSO is angry because his original owner, Daisy, replaced him, but that doesn't mean he needs to be mean to the other toys. LOTSO then tries to destroy all the toys at the dump in the most intense scene ever. But LOTSO then ends up spending the rest of his life strapped to the front of a truck. Yikes. Maleficent can turn into a dragon. We're kicking it old school for this next plot twist. Sleeping Beauty came out way back in 1959. Princess Aurora is christened, and the 3 god fairies give her blessings.
My gift shall be the gift of song.
Maleficent, the mistress of all evil, shows up. She is super offended that she didn't get invited to the christening. She curses the baby princess. Aurora will prick her finger on her 16th birthday and she will not survive. Maleficent leaves. The fairy, Merryweather, uses her blessing to change the curse. If Aurora pricks her finger, she will fall into a deep sleep that can be broken by true love's kiss. Then the fairies take her away to try to keep her safe from ever pricking her finger. But Maleficent is one smart sorceress. She lures Aurora to a castle and she pricks her finger on the spinning wheel. Prince Philip is in love with Aurora and he has been kidnapped. He fights Maleficent, but then she turns into a giant fire-breathing dragon. Talk about an unfair fight. People have been shocked by this magical transformation for generations. Somehow Philip manages to defeat the dragon. He kisses Aurora and breaks the spell, and they live happily ever after, as a princess should. Syndrome is Buddy Pine. The opening scene of The Incredibles shows Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Frozone fighting crime. It was the glory days of superheroes. Mr. Incredible has a huge fan named Buddy Pine. This annoying kid shows up at the worst times. He wants to be a superhero and he calls himself Incrediboy, but Mr. Incredible is fed up and he sends him away. The supers end up causing major damage and they are all sent into hiding as regular civilians. Fast forward 15 years. Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl are married with 3 kids. Mr. Incredible really hates living a normal life. He's a superhero after all. He is recruited by a woman named Mirage to help defeat a robot. This robot was trained to solve any problem, but then it went rogue. Mr. Incredible lies to his family and goes to help Mirage. Soon he meets Syndrome, the evil creator of the robot. He is a smart supervillain, but he isn't just some random guy. He's Buddy Pine, aka Incrediboy. As a boy, he was so upset by Mr. Incredible shunning him that he turned evil. He wants to get rid of all supers and convince the world that he's a hero, but he's no match for the Incredibles. Hans is evil. Frozen is one of the most popular Disney movies ever. After Elsa's ice powers almost destroy her little sister, the kingdom of Arendelle is closed off. Their parents are lost at sea and Anna is lonely. Elsa is set to be coronated as Queen of Arendelle. Anna is so excited to see other people for the first time in forever. She goes out of the castle and runs into a handsome young prince named Hans. They have the cutest song about love, and at this point we're totally shipping them. Hans proposes and Anna says yes, but Elsa points out that you can't marry someone you just met.
You asked for my blessing, but my answer is no.
She gets angry and her glove comes off, revealing her icy powers. Anna leaves Hans in charge and goes after her sister. She meets Olaf and Kristoff. Anna and Kristoff have way better chemistry than she did with Hans. We were seriously conflicted about who we shipped with Anna. Hans goes to the ice castle and fights Marshmallow. He insists that no harm comes to Elsa, and we still think he's a decent guy, but then he takes Elsa and locks her in a dungeon. He traps Anna and confesses that he doesn't love her. As the youngest of 13 brothers, he would never be king. He planned to marry Anna and then arranged for an accident to get rid of Elsa. Then he could be king of Arendelle. He continues to lie and manipulate everyone. Think that's a huge plot twist? Keep watching to find out the biggest Disney plot twist ever. Tuppence saves the Banks family. Our next major plot twist is from the brand new movie Mary Poppins Returns. The Banks children are all grown up. Michael Banks has 3 kids and his wife passed away. They're broke and their house is going to be taken away. Michael and Jane search the house for a piece of paper that proved their father had shares in the bank. It will be enough to save the house, but they can't find it. Mary Poppins shows up to help care for the children. The youngest finds a drawing in the garbage, and he uses it to patch up the kite from the first movie. The first plot twist was that the bank president was evil. The kids realize it, but Michael and Jane do not. They pack up their house, unable to find the shares. But then Michael sees that the paper on the kite was the shares document. They rush to the bank and Mary Poppins helps turn back time, so they reach their deadline. The document is incomplete and the bank president thinks he has won. Then his uncle, the old president, shows up. He kicks out his nephew and he tells Michael to keep those shares. Michael has his own. In the first movie, little Michael wants to spend his tuppence. That's 2 pennies. To feed the birds, but he's convinced to put it in the bank. His dad invests it, and it turns into a big sum of money. Those 2 pennies saved the day. Bellwether is the villain. Zootopia was a fun movie about a world full of talking animals. Predators and prey live together in peace, but bunny officer Judy Hopps soon realizes something evil is going on. Predators are going wild, losing their ability to reason. She and criminal Nick Wilde have to investigate because no one will take them seriously.
If you'll excuse us, we have a very big lead to follow and a case to crack.
Assistant Mayor Bellwether is kind of adorable. She's a shy, sweet little sheep, but she is what the phrase "a wolf in sheep's clothing" is all about. She hates predators and she feels that she'll never amount to anything as a prey animal. She's been capturing animals and giving them a serum to make them turn wild. Judy and Nick never saw it coming, and neither did we. Bellwether tried to destroy the evidence, but she was defeated. Never judge a book by its cover. Once she's gone, everything is back to normal. Zootopia is once again a place of peace. Judy Hopps is recognized as a great cop even though she's a prey animal. Maybe Bellwether should have used a different approach to get respect for prey. Te Kā is Te Fiti. Moana is the most recent Disney princess movie. It has a huge plot twist that we did not see coming. At the beginning of the movie, we find out how the heart of Te Fiti was stolen. Te Fiti was an island goddess who created all life. Her heart, which is a stone, was stolen by the demigod Maui. As Maui left the island, he was met by a lava monster named Te Kā. In the fight, Maui lost his magical fishhook and the heart of Te Fiti. The heart appears to Moana a millennium later. Moana goes on an adventure to restore Te Fiti's heart and save her people from starvation. She finds Maui and convinces him to help. They fight Te Kā and Maui abandons her, but Moana returns. She gets past Te Kā to return the heart and Maui returns, but Moana realizes that the island is gone. Te Fiti turned into Te Kā when her heart was stolen. Even gentle goddesses get angry, right? Once the heart is restored, Te Fiti is back and Te Kā is gone, and Moana leads her people back to the sea where they belong. Vanellope stays in the internet. Ralph Breaks the Internet is the epic sequel to Wreck-It Ralph. Set about 6 years after the first movie, Ralph and Vanellope are best friends. Ralph is really happy now that he has friends and is respected in his game. Vanellope loves Ralph, but she's kind of bored with her game. She has done all the tracks. Ralph tries to help by making a new game, but this ends up breaking the game. Litwack unplugs Sugar Rush and has plans to junk it. All the Sugar Rush characters are left without homes. Vanellope seems devastated that the only home she knows is gone.
If I'm not a racer, what am I?
She and Ralph head to the internet to find the piece to fix her game. While she's there, Vanellope discovers an internet racing game called Slaughter Race. She loves it. It's scary and far from boring. She makes friends with the character Shank. Ralph and Vanellope end up getting the steering wheel for Sugar Rush, but then Vanellope totally shocks us. She decides to stay in Slaughter Race. She seemed so sad when she thought Sugar Rush was gone that we were sure she would return. And she left behind Ralph. We couldn't believe it, but she is a lot happier in Slaughter Race, and she and Ralph talk on the phone. We did not expect her to stay in the internet at all. Which Disney plot twist left you shocked? Let us know in the comments below. And those are 10 of the most jaw-dropping Disney plot twists. Be sure to like this video and wreck that big red subscribe button. See you next time!